L5, the big test. Before you're ready to fall down to love, to sell something, library, schooners, screen, test, transmitter, video, heart. In the story, Steve, Ryan, Mike, Mr. Harris. Are you ready for the test? Asked Jenny. Everybody is studying in the library for tomorrow's test. Jenny and her boyfriend Alex are studying hard. They were worried about the test. No, I'm not ready, says Alex. I hate tests. Me too, says Jenny. I'm not going to be ready. I can't pass the test, he says sadly. Steve, why aren't you studying? Alex asked. Are you ready for the test? Of course I'm ready, he says. I'm not worried. It's, it'll, it'll be okay. Alex says, but you weren't studying. The test is tomorrow. It's okay, we aren't worried, says Ryan. We can pass the test. You're not studying. How can you pass the test? Asked Alex. Yes, how can you pass? Asked Jenny. Ryan says it's our secret. We're not going to tell you. Yeah, it's our secret, says Steve. They are smiling because they have a plan. After lunch, Ryan and Steve were walking near Mr. Harris's room. Are you ready? Asked Steve. Yeah, okay. Let's do it, says Ryan. Ryan fell down near Mr. Harris's room. Ouch, my leg, it hurts, Ryan shouted. I can't move, my leg, help, help, help. Steve is laughing. Ryan's leg is not hurt. Mr. Harris comes out of his room. What's wrong? What's happening? He asked. Steve says to Mr. Harris, please help Mr. Harris. Ryan's hurt. Ryan says, Mr. Harris, I hurt my leg. Please help me. But your leg looks okay, says Mr. Harris. Ryan's leg is okay. Steve and Ryan wants Mr. Harris to leave his room. Ryan says, but Mr. Harris, my leg is hurt. Please take me to the school nurse. Don't worry, Ryan. It's okay, says Mr. Harris. He speaks to Steve. Steve, take Ryan to the school nurse, please, quickly. He says, sorry, Mr. Harris, I can't. I have class now. Steve replied. Okay, Ryan. Come with me. I'll take you, says Mr. Harris. Are you okay? No, not really. It's hurt. No, not really. It's hurt, says Ryan. Mr. Harris takes Ryan to the school nurse. Steve does not go to class. He watched Mr. Harris and Ryan. He is smiling. Steve waits for them to leave. Then he looks around. He has a plan. He does not see anybody. Good, he thinks. He goes into Mr. Harris's room quickly. He does not want anybody to see him. Good, he thinks again. The plan is working. Steve goes to the computer. He puts the transmitter into the back of the computer. The transmitter turns red. Good, it's working, he thinks. He smiled. Our plan's working too. Steve leaves the room quickly. There said Steve. Later, Steve meets Ryan in the computer room. How's your leg? Asked Steve. Ryan and Steve laughed. They knew Ryan's leg does not hurt. Mr. Harris doesn't know. He thinks my leg hurts, says Ryan. Good job, Ryan, says Steve. Did you put the transmitter in? Asked Ryan. Yeah, sure, says Steve. Ryan asked, did anybody see you go into his room? No, says Steve. Great. Is it working? Ryan asked. Steve says, of course, see. He showed Ryan the transmitter. Then he showed him the screen. Mr. Harris is at the computer. The transmitter is in the back of his computer is the transmitter is the back of his computer is red. Now Ryan and Steve can see Mr. Harris's computer screen. Ryan and Steve both look at their screen. Mr. Harris is writing tomorrow's test. They can see Mr. Harris's test on their computer. Look, says Ryan, there is it. It's the test. The plan works. The plan worked. Steve and Ryan smiled. They know how the test. Ryan says, "Great job, Steve. Let's go to the library to find the answers," says Ryan, "and we can make some money too." Ryan and Steve go to the library. They find the answers for the test. Ryan says his friend Mike, Do you want to answer for tomorrow's test? He asked. Yeah, of course. How did you get the answers? Asked Mike. Ryan says that's our secret. He showed the answers to Mike. Mike asked, What are the answers? The answers. I'm not going to tell you. We want some money for them, says Ryan. Ryan and Steve get some money from Mike and some other boys too. The next day, everybody is worried about the big test. Mr. Harris says, "Okay, everybody, let's start the test." Ryan and Steve were not worried. They knew the answers. Mike smiled at Ryan. They knew the answers too, and he knew the answers too. Mr. Harris gave the test to Mike and Ryan. He smiled when he gave the test to Steve. "Enjoy the test, Steve," Mr. Harris says. Steve looked at the test. He is very surprised. It is a different test. Steve says, "Mr. Harris, this is not the same." Mr. Harris asks, "Excuse me, Steve, what's not the same?" "Nothing," Steve says. Mr. Harris asks, "Steve, do you want to say something?" No, nothing," says Steve. Mr. Harris smiled. "Then enjoy your test," he says. Steve looks at Ryan. Ryan looks at Steve. "This is a new test," Steve says to Ryan quietly and quickly. Quietly, sorry. Mr. Harris made a new test. It's different. "Yeah, I know what happened," asked Ryan. "I don't know," said Steve. Mr. Harris is watching Steve and Ryan. He is smiling. Steve looks at the test again. "I can't do this test," he thinks. "I don't know the answers." Oh no. Steve tries to do the test. Mike and the other boys are angry with Ryan and Steve now. "I'll speak to you later, Ryan," Mike says to the Ryan. After the test, Mike comes to Ryan. He is very angry. Mike says, That, that was a different test. I want my money back. But I don't have your money, says Ryan. What? Says Mike. You don't have my money. Ryan gives it to me tomorrow or you're in big trouble, he says angry. Okay, says Ryan. I'll give you the money tomorrow. Mr. Harris says, Stephen and Ryan, please come to my room now. I want to speak to you. Yes, Mr. Harris says. What is this about? Says Steve. Wait, wait and see, says Mr. Harris. Ryan and Steve go with Mr. Harris in his room. They go into Mr. Harris' room. They are worried. What do you want? Asked Steve. Sit down, please, he says. I want to see you did. I want you to see this. Ryan looked at Steve. What is it? They think. What does Mr. Harris want to show us? They are very worried now. Mr. Harris showed them his computer. There is a video on the screen. It is a video of Steve. Steve is putting something in the back of the computer. Steve and Ryan are very shocked. They are in big trouble now.